Well, we're gluttons for punishment. We I guess it's been an eventful week with us kind of flipping and buying and selling stuff.
Yeah.
And me staying on. I need to get my butt off Facebook Marketplace, because when stuff pops up that sometimes you just can't pass stuff up.
No, it's too good to be true, and it turns out to be true.
As far as what's going on here, what happened? I guess it started it off. I got up one morning. I was on Facebook Marketplace, and this hardtail was on there at a deal. So I think I woke you up.
Yeah.
And I took it back here. I told Seth, I said, man, look at this. We don't need it, but what do you think? Because I was thinking in my mind, we've had this frame out here in the building for almost a year and a half.
Yeah, over a year.
It's an 87 Sportster frame with a title that we just had sitting out there, and we had said we were gonna maybe hardtail it at some point. Well, when this popped up, I guess we reached that at some point.
Yeah, it was time.
With everything else we got to do, we decided to go on and bite the bullet and get this, and then at that point it snowballed. Now you need a motor, because I was thinking in my mind, we're not in a financial position really to be finishing this big twin chopper.
Big twin money is big twin money.
Yeah. So I said, me being the thinker I am, I like, well, maybe we can build us a little hardtail Sportster and make a little bit of money. I know you can't make a ton on them. It's just not there. But maybe get a little bit of money to fund this project.
Yeah.
So at that point, we needed a motor. So, lo and behold, I was on Facebook Marketplace again, and this pops up. And it was actually listed, broke down with motor, complete, different things.
So, yeah, he was kind of parting it out in a way.
But when I called him and talked to him, cool guy.
Yeah.
Real deal fabricator, bike builder, frame builder. I'm not going to mention his name. You may see him in the future, but
yeah,
he is so far above what we can do. He's a real deal.
He not only had frame jigs, but he made his own, and that's what he did, like dye stuff and was talking about.
He's the real deal. Glad we met him. Even if we hadn't got this, I'm glad we met him and made that contact. But after talking to him, he really didn't want to part it out. He wanted to sell the bike whole. So I talked to Seth about it, and we got thinking about, well, if we're going to do, because we're going to try to do this on as minimal as we can with parts we have here. And there's a lot of stuff on here we can still use, like the pipes, some of the controls. So a lot of the stuff that we would need is there. And it's also got a title to it. So what we're going to do, we think we've decided we're going to hardtail this one with this running gear. And the reason why is because when we got back here, we didn't know this when we picked it up. This is a 1987, but it is a 30th anniversary Sportster. So, what we have after thinking about it, it's number 260 of 650. So, we're going to sell this, and just to let y'all know, you will have the only one in the world that comes from Harley Davidson that's number 260.
The only one.
The only one. There's not another one in the world number 260. So this thing right here is pretty much one of those Holy Grail barn finds.
Yeah.
It's just unreal that we got our hands on this thing. It's the only one in the world that's number 260, and we're gonna sell it at a bargain basement price.
I mean, you'll be like your draw will probably come unhinged.
I'm almost to the point that I may just hold on, or we may just hold on to it, because there's no telling what it'd be worth in 5 or 10 years.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
It's gonna be. It's no telling. It's just no telling. But anyway. Y'all didn't know it before I was a fabricator. I was a salesman.
There you go.
But we're going to sell this one. It is a 30th anniversary Sportster. Whether that means anything or not, I And personally, without the tins on, I think probably the tins is what makes it.
Yeah, and
special
he robbed the
without
tins for a
tins
shovel
here.
project, so
So we're going to take this one. We're going to strip it down. So if anybody's looking for a frame with a title that they want to do their own project on, we're going to sell it. If we don't sell it, we'll keep it around here and maybe do another one if we do okay with this one. I don't know. And probably if we don't, we may even talk to him about building a hardtail because he builds hardtails. He builds complete frames, but he will build one stretched. So
yeah.
we may build a stretched hardtail like Seth because if y'all haven't really noticed and looked at Seth's bike, Seth looks like a big bike because it's a stretch. It's longer than what most of your hardtails are, hardtail Sportsters. So we may do that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what we may do. We may I don't know. We may blow it all up and quit. I don't know.
Who knows?
Got too much to do.
But
anyway, that's what we're gonna do.
Stripping down this motor, that frame, framing this hardtail there, strip frame for sale.
It does have a bent shift fork or shaft. He said he knew that, but we've got a piece of a case here that's got some good stuff in it. We're actually gonna put that clutch basket in Seth's fan. So we've got parts here to fix this, and we've got a bunch of parts. We got some vans with a bunch of parts. We're gonna try to do this without buying anything else. I think we've got enough stuff here that we can piece together. With the exception, we've got a tank that may or may not work. Seth is looking at it. We may be able to make it work. If not, we may have to round up a tank. And Jake, if you're watching, we may begin to talk to you about some Prism T-bars.
Prism T-bars, yeah. But, I mean, what inspired, I guess, what got our minds thinking was if you build a bike, you have leftover parts, stuff like that. We had that frame. It all kind of fell together, so we're just going to do it on the cheap. We got mag wheels. We don't have spokes, so it's going to kind of look like a conglomeration of just parts we got. We're going to try to make it as cool as possible and just make
it's going to be
no, it'll be fine. We're just going to try to make a cool bike for somebody that's like, I want a chopper, and they can take it and then start kind of doing their own flair and things to it. But I think it's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, and if we do run across a setup, I mean, the mag wheels are, you know how I'm not much on those.
I like them.
If we stumble over a set of wire wheels, we may do it.
I'm sure a marketplace or early morning coffee drinking marketplace.
Yeah, best thing I can
you'll come across something.
I better stay out. But actually, we have, with in my defense, we have sold some stuff on marketplace this week. So we've kind of evened out. Yeah, we've kind of evened out. We've kind of evened out.
Well, let's start turning some wrenches and see what happens.
All right, what we're doing, we're just stripping everything off the bike. We're not doing anything fancy. We were just sitting here talking about how we have 2 motorcycle lifts, and here we are rolling around on the floor doing this. But it's actually sitting on these stools rolling around. It's pretty comfortable.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
I actually, it's better than standing up. But we're not doing anything fancy. Just stripping everything off of it, not really keeping anything. And that's what we were just talking about. Ever since we started the YouTube channel, you don't ever really know what people want to see or what to do, what's going to bore people. And, and that's kind of one of the things we struggle with a little bit. Do you want to see us doing every little thing like this? Do you want to see it in a time lapse? What's the best way, and what's the you don't want the people that are watching you to be bored, stiff, and just like, oh my God, finish what you're doing, move on. And sometimes we feel like we do that, and I think actually a few people have even told us that. So,
yeah. Oh yeah. That comment. I mean, because it's a hard line. You got me. I watch YouTubers that I want to see them talk through everything, and it's almost like you're hanging out with them. And then sometimes I watch people, and I like to watch them work through a time lapse, and they knock it out, and it's kind of like, all right, I enjoy both. It's not, but as far as us, it's kind of hard too from my end, because I'm always the one setting up the phone, filming, doing this, but it's, I'll sit down and forget, and then next thing I know, I got an 8-minute clip of us, and it's not really anything getting done, or nobody says anything or something like that. I've kind of wasted wasted space on my phone or whatever. So it's a hard balance, and we're just trying to find that, especially now. It's just the two of us down here, you know.
Yeah, you just don't really know. I mean, I know we were talking today about the guy we got this bike from. He actually knew Ivan, had met Ivan before, and we were talking about, you know, it's kind of weird not having Ivan here because he brought something to the channel. He was Ivan is one of those guys. He's funny and you don't even know he's funny. Very entertaining, and I know you guys like that.
Yeah, and if y'all are new to the channel and you haven't watched maybe some of our older videos, one of my personal favorite videos we ever did is the Kentucky van video. It was me and Ivan, so we went up to Kentucky, got a already made 4-wheel drive van. You're filming? You make sure you're filming?
Yeah, it's filming.
Okay, cool.
I'm sorry. See, there you go. That's we're real professional. We didn't even know we had the camera on.
But went up and already got this prefabbed, already running and driving 4x4 van, and road tripped it back, and me and Ivan had to drive it, and it was just, I mean, you just watch the video. I mean, if you ever, like Ivan says in the beginning, if you ever seen Dumb and Dumber, that's how we felt the entire time coming back, and it's just, you know.
And Ivan's not done. Y'all will see some more of Ivan. He's just not working with us every day like he used to, but he will still pop up from time to time. But yeah, it's a of course you want to be successful in what you do, but you don't want to bore people. You don't want to
no, and you can tell when some people, like, I mean, we like this how we started, you know, was just
it's actually a joke, really.
Sort of, kind of, in a way, and it was just, I had done some YouTube videos for my art stuff, and we had filmed a couple things, and we actually previously started a channel. I think I went in and deleted it, and we tried YouTube one time, but we just didn't cling to it like we should have.
And I started watching a bunch of YouTubers, the channels, like Fab Rats, of course, Vice Grip Garage with Derek. Puddin's Fab Shop's one of the good ones. Matt's Off-Road. Sleeper Dude's probably one of my favorite ones now. Me and my wife watch him every week. And that's really what got me doing it too. I was seeing all these people doing that, and I was like, man, they're just doing what they normally do.
Yeah.
And you can get paid for doing that, so...
Because that was the thing, we were already doing it, and we were like, well, you know what, let's just do it, and when we do it, let's do it right. So we're trying to figure out what's all best.
And it's hard, because when we first started, I was really gung-ho. I was down here by myself. You know, I thought I was Martin Scorsese down here, filming myself and doing everything. And then it gets to the point where it just kind of, it's almost a burden to where you got to do your work. And you're like, golly, I don't want to.
Yeah, sometimes the work you're doing is not fun work, and you don't necessarily, I don't know, it's something like that too. But
and then we've wondered if we should really show how me and Seth really get along, because we're actually kind of like Paul Jr. and Paul Sr. We fight like cats and dogs. I probably slap him around 4 or 5 times a day, and I don't know if y'all want to see that or not.
Right, exactly.
But yes, it's kind of funny when you're doing this stuff. When you first start off, you kind of find yourself trying to mimic other people.
Yeah,
and what they do in a way, and it's like, man, you ain't him. What are you trying to do that for? Just be yourself. So,
yeah.
Anyway, y'all tell us what you'd like to see.
Yeah, tell us what you want to see, and well, I mean, we'll try to do it. Like you said, I mean, you know, sometimes we go back and forth. Sometimes I think too much talking is.
Yeah,
too much.
Well, you get on me. I'm bad about talking. I'll get in my idea of how I want to say something, and I'll have it all in my head how to say it. But then, as I'm talking, my mind is racing, and I'm thinking of other stuff.
You can you can start seeing your wheels just go,
all over
and it's gone. Well, I can tell through the camera, like when I'm standing there filming. It's like, well, we lost him.
Yeah, he'll be over there doing like this.
I'll be like, hey man, I'm looking at the counter, and it's like, you know, this is supposed to be a 2-minute clip, and the next thing you know, it's like 5, 8, 10 minutes.
And then what y'all don't see is what, like, I don't know if y'all seen that reel where the granny the girl said something to her granny, and the next thing you see, the granny's over top of her saying, "Okay, get on up now. Now you don't ever say that again." That's what I do to Seth a lot, and y'all don't see that.
Yeah.
But it's
That's
see, you were saying something. I had something that I was gonna say, and
you sure did that.
and it was good too. Oh yeah, yeah. If you say, I'm a huge Seinfeld fan, and there's a lot of times you might see me do something or say something that's Seinfeld related, and you won't know, like, you'll be like, what in the heck is he doing?
Yeah.
But with that being said, if you feel like we just need to quit, you can be like when Kramer told that comedian girl when Jerry was saying, "Why don't you just give up?" You feel like you need to say that? Tell us.
Yeah, just tell us to give up. I mean, just tell us to throw in the towel. I mean,
I'm about sick of putting this worthless dribble out anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I could put my computer, my editing, so I could put all that up and just be.
Oh man, I got better things to do with my life than trying to entertain you guys. I can tell you that.
I don't care nothing about these ducks.
This is the stupidest thing I ever seen.
This is the dumbest thing.
Yeah. But anyway, we'll quit
About
talking.
these ducks.
We'll let the
I think. Well, I mean, we ain't got to stop talking. Right? I mean,
say something then. Just say something that's gonna keep them hanging on. Throw that hook out there.
throw that hook out there. I mean, I also watch YouTube. I watch a lot of podcasts. I'll go on YouTube and watch a podcast instead of like listening to it. Now, when I'm down here and working on something, I'll have it in my headphones.
That's another thing too. He'll be over there grinding or welding or something, and I'll be over here just talking my butt off. And he's got them damn earpods in and ain't heard nothing, listening to one of those podcasts. And that's another one of them things when he gets up off the ground and I'm over top of him. Now, bud, you shouldn't have had those iPods in. What are they called?
I don't know, headphones, whatever. But so with that being said, I like watching, and it's almost like you even certain people in a garage or something when they're just hanging out. It's almost like you feel like you're hanging out with them in a weird way. Yeah. When they're just hanging out, you feel like you know them so well.
Now that is weird. You do feel like, and we've actually, as small as we are, we have run into that when we've been at a show. People will come up and start talking to us. Just talking to us like they know us.
Yeah, they'll start.
We're like,
stuff I
you don't want to be rude about it, and but then you got to realize, they've seen us, but we haven't seen them, and I'm the same way. If I saw Derek or somebody at Vice Grip Garage or Sleeper Dude, I would think he knew me as much as I watch him. It's come off. I don't even know.
Oh man, I'm kind of struggling over here. I've got the peg and the mid control and all that. I'm trying to get it out the way so I can get the exhaust off.
Oh, it's the horn thing. Okay. And then the key switch is in black. So, chocolate don't run horns anyway, do they?
Nah.
Holy. I guess I gotta fake the key switch. But, and I don't know if you saw, or anybody that does follow, there's a YouTube channel, Fellowship in Cars. And he reached out to us the other day. He bought the Pole Barn Garage van. If y'all watch Pole Barn Garage, it's Dalton has a YouTube channel where he does some pretty wild stuff. But he did took a old Pathfinder 4-wheel drive van and put it under a pretty decent shorty van, and Fellowship in Cars, they bought it. And it needs a little work, but the thing about it is Dalton did not, if you watch the channel, he did not misrepresent and say anything. He told everything straight up of how the van was built, and it was thrown together and cobbled together, and we are gonna collaborate with them. They're going to bring the van here in January or February. We have not put down a date, and we're going to get it in here in the swim shop and maybe cut some stuff out, redo, and maybe just completely redo it all together and put a swim shop kit on it. So stay tuned for that. We'll get all the logistics put together on that, and hopefully we can get our schedules all right, and that'll come together, because that'll be pretty fun to have two channels collaborating on. So anyway, little tidbit of information. Go check them out, Fellowship in Cars. What are you getting off? The exhaust?
Yeah, I'm trying. I want to get the mid brake control off. That way I have access to this one mountain bolt, but the C-clip is not wanting to play nice, and I don't quite have the proper tools.
What kind of C-clip is it?
It's a big one.
Oh, yeah, them big ones.
Oh, come on, man.
Seth's having trouble with a little C-clip over here.
It's like the simplest. Hey, man. Hey, you know I can't see.
Look through the camera.
I'm not going to look through the camera.
Hold on. Okay.
All right, it's off of it. Now I just need to get something behind it and slide it off. Perfect. Great. Wonderful. Grand. Why?
Yeah.
I've completely taken engines apart and put them together. Why is this happening?
Because you're an idiot.
Yeah, probably. Jeez.
You still don't have.
Come on.
And I know this process could be going a lot faster, but we just decided just take our time. And it's Saturday night. It's about 20 degrees outside, and we got a fire going in here, and we're just taking it apart. And notice we're labeling everything, where it goes, what it is.
Yeah. Is that a 3/4?
There's no way that's a 3/4. So yeah, you still haven't heard anything from Ethan?
No. Okay. And now that's off. So I'm not saying it's going to be the smoothest thing, but all this should theoretically come off. Ooh, yeah. Broke it.
Broke what?
Nothing.
How's the front end coming?
Man, everything connects in this dadgum headlight.
I know, it's wild how some of that is.
Ridiculous.
I'm sure we will not be running that.
No, we're gonna put it all back factory.
Yeah.
Huh.
Hey, speaking of headlights, Prism is working on something pretty big. If it's come out by this video, great. Go check it out. But speaking of headlights, they're working on something pretty cool. So y'all check Prism Supply out in Charlotte, North Carolina. They make these other awesome, incredible parts. I've used a lot of their parts on my bike. This Bristol breather, the bars, a few other things, the tail light here. But they make all types of cool stuff. Oh, I even used their Pepcock, their thread, so that's open, and then close it all the way back. So really cool slim down Pepcock. They got their magic brake switch, all that cool stuff. But they got sissy bars, incredible stuff. But they're always developing, working on something new. So y'all check out Prism Supply. I'm sure we'll be in touch with.
Oh yeah, there'll be something Prism related on this, and there definitely will be some Prism stuff on the Big Twin.
Yeah, Big Twin's gonna get a lot of decked out Prism stuff. So honestly, one of my most favorite bars. Like I love the look of T-bars and stuff, but I mean, I got the these are not stainless; they're just raw steel. I didn't know if I wanted to paint them black or what, but I just left them like that. But they got stainless stuff. They got all sorts of stuff. But T-bars, some of my favorite bars right here. Really, really comfortable. And if we're gonna have this thing for a little while, ripping it and riding it around, I'd love to have T-bars on it. Not any of this gaudy cyber tech looking meat hanger.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck that is.
You know.
I mean, to each his own. If that's what you like, it's fine. I respect it, but
I ain't gotta like it.
I don't know what's going on there.
Alright. This was the solo seat I ran on my bike for a minute, and then I finally found a king and queen. But I think this is the seat that's gonna go on here. It's a pretty cool drag. Yes, drag specialties. I've had to make this mount in a particular. We might change that, so looks kind of look good on my bike, but looks crazy when it's sitting by itself. But pretty cool little solo seat.
This is what me and Seth were just sitting here looking at. I kind of remember this on that other one we messed with, and I think I got real frustrated with it. But like this plug right here going into the headlight, it connects to this. No. Yeah, to this. Well, this is not going to go through that hole. So evidently all the stuff that goes up into these controls right here are connected and they go through. So what we're going to have to do is that right there. And they can't, it comes out fine now.
Yep.
So
Whole new wiring harness will be made.
yeah, we're gonna make it just like we did the one on Seth's bike. It may do a few upgrades.
Yeah, we learned a few things when we went and did mine. Solder is definitely a friend because vibrations like to take apart stuff. So
Vibrations do it to it. Surely the goodness that plug there, that big plug pushes through.
I don't know. I'd just start chopping.
Well, those are connected to the gauges. If we could.
Oh, you want to try to save the gauges?
Well, I don't know. I mean, this is a rare bike. It's only
That's
one
right.
of them.
That's right. There's only
The
one.
only one. It's the only 260.
That's right.
So,
Right there.
I mean, what do you do?
260.
What do you do
650.
here?
I mean, what do you want me to do? I don't know what to tell you. You already know what I think.
Man, I just don't understand how to plug. There's no way that thing can go in there.
No, it's not.
It's got to unplug here, but they put this shield. This is what makes it so nice. This shield here. I don't have a wrench it fits that. See, I don't have a wrench to fit that to get this shield off.
Yeah.
So, some Harley guy's probably looking at it and saying, "You ding-a-ling. All you got to do is blah, 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 blah."
All you gotta do.
Oh, well, there you go. Look.
Oh, yeah,
that?
you just broke.
How about that? That's what you do. It plugs right in there. Man, that makes sense now. How about that?
So you didn't need to chop those wires?
Yeah, we still needed to chop those. That was the big plug here that went to the. That's what I want to kind of.
Oh, all the gauges,
gauge
yeah.
stuff. The rest of it, I don't care.
Crisis averted. All right. It hardly looks like we did anything, but it's mostly apart. Just got a few more things that are kind of in the way that's prohibiting us to get into the motor mount bolts in the back and stuff like this cover and whatnot.
Oh,
but we
really?
got all the nitpicky stuff off.
Yeah, really, with the exception of that seat and that piece of motor, all this stuff on the floor came off of it. So it was quite a bit. Yeah, it's getting under there. There's some of the wires up under there. We got to get under there and unplug. It's tough to get to, but that's we're not using any of that stuff. We'll make our own harness and get it all done. We got the next thing we got to do. We may I don't know. It might be easier to go on and put the motor, do the hardtail, put the motor in it, then pull that primary off to get all the gears. And
Yeah,
stuff.
go ahead and get the hardtail done.
Then that way it's stable and we can work on it, and not have to worry about supporting that motor.
Yeah.
But yeah, what we think, he said either this shaft is bent or one of the shift forks is bent. So we're going to take the one out of that, or whatever it needs, we'll take it out of that and put it in here.
Pretty successful first little go, I would say. We're just late night, ready to eat. It's Saturday.
Saturday night. It's cold. The fire's not really going good. We didn't have it going all day, and we had, like Seth said, we hadn't eaten, so we're gonna call it a night. We'll finish it up probably tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right. It's Sunday.
Yo.
And we're getting ready. We came down here. I've got to, me and Michelle got to run somewhere here in just a little while. So we came down here to the shop to get a fire going and to get it warm. So when I got back, we could pull the motor out. And the next thing we know, Seth has just been over here playing around with bolts, and it's only about 2 bolts away from being pulled out. So we're going to go ahead and pull it out before I leave. And then that way, I don't know, he can play while I'm gone.
Yeah.
So how many more bolts have you got?
Well, 4, I believe, actually.
So we're a few seconds away, huh? You said there's 2 back here?
Yeah, they're 9/16. So. They're down to. So.
You want to hold the frame and see if I can move it? I may not be able to move it.
Yeah. All right. Well, hold on.
What?
They're just gonna see you bent over, trying to.
How they gonna see my face strain?
Here.
I'm an old man. I can't do this.
Sit it right there.
Okay.
Nice.
Like it's catching. Does it need to lift up and then?
Maybe. Ah, hold on. I'm losing the frame. I think what's happening is just the case is catching on motor mounts down here, where you gotta. It's gonna have to kind of lean first, and then you pick it up, I believe, if that's even possible.
It's hitting the backbone. It isn't.
Wait. Push the frame back towards me, that way it don't fall off the stand.
It's got plenty. It's on here pretty good. I don't remember yours being this hard to get out.
Maybe it does come my way. Oh, good dang.
I got a wedge in there now where it won't do nothing. This down here's not holding it, is it?
Hold on. There's one wire right there.
It's hitting the motor mount here now, so I have to lay it all the way over and pull it.
There's one wire going up in there. I don't know what it is.
It's probably going to the stator.
I'm just gonna cut.
What? No, it's connected. What is it right there? It's connected on the on the loop.
There's that.
Might give us enough room to get it out.
I think so.
Let's see if I can lay it over, because it's hitting this motor mount here now.
You're hitting a bolt on this side. Okay. Dang, that vent tube.
God, I don't know what was digging in my wrist, but boy, that hurt.
That vent tube was locked in on a thing that we didn't see under it too.
Yeah, you got it. I think that's going. Something's going. I think this one's going to the. That's going to the starter, and I think that's going up to the voltage regulator or something. But we can get that unhooked.
All right.
It's out.
Yeah, it's done.
It's out. It's out.
We'll get voltage regulator out of there.
I don't know. It was cut when it was catching on this top motor mount.
Yeah.
We probably It's probably a different combination of what we just finished.
Yeah, I know it.
Man, I don't know what it was, but when I was picking up on it, I guess it was that bolt head. It was digging in my wrist.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. She's out.
Yeah. I think that is heavier than that pan head.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, when they're transmission and all's connected, you can't do nothing about that.
Well, a little bit of a game change.
Yeah, it's Sunday afternoon, and we just came down here. We wasn't really planning on doing a lot of work today, but sometimes you get down here and you just start doing little things, and it just snowballs. And next thing you know, we've got the frame stripped down, and we're laid the hardtail up here, so we're getting ready to cut the frame. But we are changing up. I think we said earlier we were going to hardtail that, and made a big deal about this being a 30th anniversary frame and all. But honestly, doesn't make any difference. There's nothing in the serial number that denotes that it's an anniversary edition. So we just decided it would probably be better to go ahead and hardtail this one, and that way whoever buys it or we ever, then the title, the neck, and the motor all have the same serial number that matches up. So that's what we decided to do. So we as you know, we bought this from somebody off Marketplace, so we didn't have any directions, but we went online and watched. There's a ton of videos of people doing hardtails for TC bows, lowbrow, throttle addiction. Also, I just took a picture of a guy's directions, and what it said to do is go 13 3/4 back from here, make your mark and cut, and then 4 inches from this bottom bolt motor mount on each side, make your mark and cut. So we've, as you can see, we cleaned the frame up real good and got it ready to go. But we got it marked, and we're going to take the Ziz wheel and cut it and just see what happens this afternoon. It's a cold Sunday afternoon, but we got it warm in here, and we're just going to see how far it snowballs from here.
If y'all remember our buddy Ethan that was in the Panhead teardown video, and we did the brake stay tab on his bike, we actually did this. We helped him hardtail his bike. So
Yeah,
we did this one time, but we didn't have to do it on mine.
And we're going to, they say the wrap tape around there to get you straight line, but we'll get pretty close. You got some leeway, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Yeah, but I believe I cut the bottom first.
Yeah.
And that way.
Well, shoot, I don't. I'd hate to have all the safety stuff and you're standing here.
I tell you what, come on this side, then that way the
Yeah.
grinder's on that side. Just make sure you cut it straight.
Correct. All right, I'm gonna cut on the far side of it.
We've ruined a perfectly good bike.
Yeah, nah.
Ooh. Yeah.
You might have to.
Be something like this.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Heck yeah. I'll keep cleaning it up.
Yeah, we get those the carbide deburr.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll have to get it pretty good.
I'm gonna get the flapper disc and just kind of not take down too much, but get these where I just had to make multiple cuts. Get it where this is kind of flat, go around it.
And I think you've got a little.
You got some wiggle room, yeah. Because really, what you want to join, you don't want to have it when you're welding like a slug. You want to have a bit of a gap like
you
that.
want to weld.
You want to weld
all
the
three
slug,
pieces, yeah.
what your frame and the hardtail all at the same time. Like
We think.
yeah, we think. And also
But
see
what'll
where
happen is, and I didn't mean to cut you off, but we may have to massage it a little bit because you have to bolt the motor in. The motor is actually your jig.
Yeah.
So you'll bolt it to the back half, bolt it here. Then that way you know you've got your two pieces.
these things
your
are
frames
straight.
together,
Yeah.
And then that way it'll gauge how much, I guess, you gap.
Yeah.
We can adjust it from that.
So, in fact, I'll probably cut that little tab off too.
That's not that thick.
No, it's not. That's what they were saying on some of those install videos of how.
I'm not exactly straight, but it doesn't.
No, you're gonna grind it anyway. Later. Okay, well, there you go. Dropped my darn grinder. We pushed it off the darn table.
Who did?
You did.
I didn't know it.
Well,
God, we had to beat.
Yeah, Ethan's. I think Ethan's was a lowbrow, but I mean, we literally set it up on the table and just put it in, and it slugged up fine and everything. So I don't know. That was a little too, like you said, that was a little too easy, but that looks.
Well,
looks
once
about right.
once you get the motor bolted in there, I mean, it's got to be in the right spot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and at least the video I watched from
what?
TC or
Use the big motor, the whole motor. We're gonna have to use these top motor mounts because if you get it mounted down here,
yeah,
this thing's still gonna.
that's true.
I bet it's still gonna kind of smooth.
I got all the mounts there.
So we need to do the full motor.
Yeah. So we need to get that motor up on here.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Over in it. Bolt it all up. Then.
And you cut on the long side of that.
Yeah, I cut on the longer side.
Did you take any off with the grind?
I took a little bit. I just surfaced it flat. Just kind of got a flat surface on it as best I could. So we got some room. We could probably take the flapper disc and cut down what we need.
Yeah, because we're gonna need a.
Yeah, it's already touching.
Yeah, on that. But I mean, the motor's gonna change everything.
Yeah.
God, I don't want to pick that big thing up.
Yeah. Get it on the engine hoist.
Okay.
Maybe let's push this over and just get it up on the table first.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud.
I don't have no idea, man.
It's transmission side. Probably gonna be heavier.
You want me to get that side?
It'd probably be safest for you to get it.
Okay. Damn Hercules. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and slide it through the frame. And it goes in this side.
It comes out that way, so it must go in this way. That's what I was told. So they say it's deceiving on how it goes in and out.
Yes, it is very, if that's the way it goes out and in, but let's look. What if I picked it up and you
I slid the frame
slid
in.
it over to it? If I can pick it up. Come on. What? I don't know what. You just gotta get hitting the top of the.
Yeah.
Is it's not in the bottom yet?
Not in the bottom yet.
Slide it more over to me so I can pick it up. Okay.
Yeah, you're over in it now. Yeah.
Well, I'll be damned.
Isn't that crazy?
I would have never thought.
Huh. Yeah, they say it's deceiving on how it comes out. All right, so all of them are in. All the factory motor mounts over here, up at the top. Got all 4 bolts at the back, and you can see we had a big gap up here. Now that's pulled together.
You still got a pretty good size one down here, but once we tighten everything up, it may
start
pull
breaking
it may
down.
pull it in. But I mean, if it doesn't, we
can weld it.
But we gotta, once we tighten all the bolts up, because like we said before, the motor actually serves as the jig to hold it together. So you can't, you really can't mess it up unless you are as dumb as us. You can't mess it up. So let's tighten it all up and see if it's probably gonna draw stuff together.
Yeah.
All right, after we both got hernias lifting this thing up on the table over here, it's getting ready to tack it up and get it where we can take the motor back out and then do the final weld. But you actually gonna be able to put a lot of weld on there. Yeah. So anyway, we don't really know if this does any good, but if it is any oil on there, it should burn it off. I'll burn the jacket up.
Yeah. I think that's going to be pretty good, actually.
Doesn't sound bad.
Got it tacked at the top and the bottom. No, yeah, I was just going to run. Now I'm going to run a good bead. I just wanted it to be. It wouldn't go, so. It's going to be difficult going over on the other side.
Yeah, we'll get up on.
Get up on the table, yeah.
That way you can. Oh, we could spin it around, I guess, if you wanted to. But.
All right, we'll go. When the motor's out, I'll get the. Yeah, we'll get it off the bottom. Let me go ahead. Ah, shoot! I should have welded the slug here. I'll go ahead and do that now. We'll grind it all down anyway. I'll just do my best and. Yeah, we'll do it.
You wanted it to look like an old 70s stick welded style, didn't you?
Yeah. That's what we were going for.
Shoot, man. It ain't like you got to feel complete. I'm just going something to weld to. Oh.
All right, let me
That ain't going nowhere.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I wouldn't hope so.
It ain't. All right, well. Yeah.
Now to get
Do
it
we
off-
want to fool with getting it out tonight or just let it sit?
Hey, it ain't but a few bolts. If we can heave it out, I'll go ahead and weld this thing.
All right, we got you saw us get the motor out, and I was telling Seth it is definitely heavier than a panhead, so it got me good. But Seth's getting ready to finish welding up the frame completely, so we're not gonna record all that and bore you with that. You know what welding looks like, so we will. I don't know if we'll do any more filming tonight or recording tonight because it's almost supper time. I think I'm gonna get this welded up and probably call it a day.
Alright, we got ourselves a hardtail frame.
Yep, good to go.
What have I tricked you into?
I guess you made a swim shop executive decision.
Yeah, a little bit. Not 100%, but a little bit.
Well, everybody knows Seth's bike. We built this bike last year, and it's an 883, and the whole plan was eventually down the road to get a 1200 kit put on it. Well, since we acquired the 1100 to do the hardtail log, he just decided that rather, and got down here with some of his buddies talking,
Yeah.
rather than doing that, it doesn't make sense. We're just going to take that 1100 that we got, put it in Seth's bike, put the 883 on the chopper, and
And everybody's happy.
let it roll. Yeah, I guess everybody would be happy. But it really makes more. It makes sense. I mean, we've got the title for it. I mean, it's all good.
So
It's
everything's
all
going to work
good.
out.
It really makes more sense to do that anyway than to wait around and get a. Because this thing is done perfect for you, but I know you do. You can't quite keep up with your buddies in the mountains.
No, yeah, they get to pulling away and stuff, and there's even the other 4-speeds that have the 1200 kits on them, and they just they roll a little bit quicker than I do. So, and plus it's nice. I mean, I think we've all been in that situation where you've been on the highway and needed to get around somebody, and I mean, I've had this thing where it was tacked up pretty good, and I needed to get around some people and on the highway, and just trying to stay in the flow of traffic. It's kind of hard sometimes.
Have to hurt it a little bit to do the job.
Yeah, so I don't think that'll happen with this, but yeah, we're just gonna take it out, this and that frame, that and this frame.
Yeah,
That'll look cool.
it won't be too tough.
It'll be fine.
It'll be all right.
Having fun?
Just a regular old blast. How come I always get stuck with these throttle cables?
I don't know. Yeah.
Back up there.
Well, no, we didn't take any time lapses, but I mean, we were just rolling, unbolting stuff, and I think I want to look it over one time. It's ready to pull out.
I think so. You don't think we're gonna hit the oil tank, do you?
I'm not sure. Of course, this oil tank wasn't in there when we put the motor in. It's got to come out this way.
No.
No, yeah, it's got to
This
come out
way.
your way. Yeah,
So just keep
I don't think-
check on it.
I think it will. Tell you what, let me get the camera on a tripod and I can lend a hand. at
Where are
least.
we gonna set it?
Yeah.
How?
Yeah, pretty good. I'll just send it back. Got it? That is. How did you do that by yourself? Oh no. I have He-Man tendencies. Yeah, I see that. We're both gonna be hurting tomorrow. Tomorrow's Christmas too. Ho ho ho!
Gonna be hurting on Christmas.
Let's see if I can break this clutch cable.
Yeah.
It's not laying on it now. No, it's not.
I think what happened with the other one was taking it out the wrong way, just really screwed it up. Would you rather me get on this side where I can fish it through?
Yeah.
All right, I'm trying not to flip the
I'm
whole
gonna
time.
kind of go in that way and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're in the frame, but
I think it's just kind of the bottom's got to rock over to you.
Yeah, it's a little close to the house. I'm in that dial.
Yeah, you're in the dial, so it's there.
we'll, I don't think it's gonna go nowhere.
We'll just leave it right there.
All right, now let's get that one and put it in there. No, we ain't got to tonight.
Yeah, I'm dumping. Well, once again, brought a running bike in, and now it's this agent.
What are we doing?
Pretty good at that.
Looks pretty good in there.
Telling you that there's nothing at all wrong with that motor. That's a good running little motor. It's just in the mountains. It does fine, but he just don't like his buddies pulling away from
I
it.
know, yeah, they're too hot rod. I want to be hot rod. Dang. Well then, that was quick.
Yeah, that actually took pretty fun. It's a lot easier doing a chopper than it is a fully wired factory bike. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
If you can lift it up, I'll do the same thing.
Gotta go.
Yeah, like the primary. Ooh, what was that? I heard something. Alright, I think you can swear.
All right, so we just been rocking and rolling, and we were fighting motor mounts and everything, but the engine's over in here. If y'all remember anything about this frame, we don't know who made it. It's all custom, sort of, kind of. And I had to remake a motor mount because none of this lined up, so we were mostly fighting this. Got all that together. Got oil lines and everything run. Oh, there you go. That's what.
Yeah, I didn't.
Did you accidentally hit the button? Or
Yeah, I didn't. I was trying to find it, so.
But
Battery's dead, but the connection is there.
yeah,
You got
so
light comes on.
Yeah.
So
the rear light come on.
yeah.
Cool.
Um,
Everything's hooked back up as far as that.
I don't know if I can push it.
Yeah, I don't know if the brake. Oh yeah, there you go.
I didn't push. All right, we got it wired back up right then.
But
So.
that's how she looks over in there. We don't have, of course, this is Christmas Day, by the way. We're down here. Didn't really have any family plans and stuff like that. We just decided to chill out this Christmas and get our hands dirty, throwing in a Sportster motor, I guess. But
We got it a lot. I didn't expect us to get this far. I mean, we're pretty much ready to get it. We just got to, well, I say pretty much. We got to pull the transmission and all out and swap the one out of that other one. But
yeah, this clutch cable got a little mangled when we pulled it out of the other frame, so I think we got another one somewhere, but waiting on primary gasket, and we'll have to get oil for both engine and
yeah,
transmission.
nothing's open today to go get anything. So
But I mean, if we, it wouldn't be nothing to pull that stuff apart and throw
Oh.
that transmission because it all stays together. We're
Oh,
gonna keep.
if we had oil, we could have it running in probably 2 hours.
We're gonna keep pretty much everything you see here. In fact, this is my buddy Ethan's, or our buddy Ethan's. This is his whole bottom end to another 1100, and there's brand new clutches in here. This chain is brand new, and there's that transmission hasn't been touched, so all that should be fine. And we're just gonna pull all of this out and throw it in there. And I can't remember if I showed it, but motor's over in there. It's lined up on the dowels and stuff, but everything checks out. Like I said, we welded everything up with that motor in it. But of course they're all the kind of same mounting places, and looks like everything's gonna be fine there, but it's gonna be a pretty cool little bike. We'll pull just a little bit of maintenance on this motor, I think, and then
I know we got to do really change the oil in it. We got to put the stock ignition in it because I took the we took the crane ignition that you were running it out of this one and put it in that one. So we're taking the stock ignition that came out of that and putting it back in this.
Yeah. Well, yeah, somebody's gonna get a cool little 883 chopper. And like I say, there's nothing wrong with that motor at all.
Oh,
I just wanted
that thing runs,
you know.
exceptionally well. It just you know, I said something about in the mountains, and it wasn't like they were killing you in the mountains.
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
It was just you were having to hurt it a little more than they were coming out of turns and stuff like that in climbs. But
Yeah, where they were usually, some guys have some 5-speeds, where they were usually in 4th and 5th pulling hills. I was playing around in 2nd and 3rd, just really chunking down on it, trying to keep up. But I don't think I'll have that problem no more. We looked at the tooth count on that. What was on the sprocket there? What was the count on it? It's a higher tooth.
the one on the 883 had 21 teeth.
Yeah.
This one has 22 teeth, and the one that Ethan has 23 teeth. So this is going to get you you'll be a higher final ratio out on the highway, so it won't be screaming quite as loud. But, you know, you got to have, with that smaller, I'm going to say cubic inches, but smaller CCs, you need the lower gear to help you. But you'll be able to pull the more torque this motor should have. You're going to be able to pull a higher gear, which is more teeth count on the sprocket. So I think what we'll do, we'll try it with a 22. If it feels like it's got plenty of bottom end and you want more highway speed, we'll put that 23 on there.
Yeah. Cool deal. But that's about as far as we can get right now. I mean, I could bolt tank and stuff back on there, but
I mean, we could pull the transmission and all that if we wanted to, but let's just.
we
got people coming over. We got some family coming over. We're gonna eat kind of like a mid-afternoon early dinner. So Sheila's up there cooking now.
But I guess love to get all that done and then fab up new sissy bar. As you can see, this is kind of thin. It wobbles just a little bit more than I'd like, and if I got passenger on there, it does bend back some. But these right here from that print press thing at the newspaper place in Greensboro, these things are stout and they bolt right up with my mount. So I'm gonna reuse those and weld. I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's farming equipment stuff. I have no idea, but I got some thick flat stock here. It looks galvanized, so I'll have to take all that off before welding it, but this is gonna be much better. I'll just chop these curves out and have another square sissy bar. All right, we had a good little Christmas dinner yesterday, day after Christmas here. Looky there, lowbrow come through with the gaskets. We're just draining oil here. This oil looks way better.
It's real good on it.
Looks real good, but we're gonna get this primary off. Change. Jeez.
Whoa.
You need to turn your phone on vibrate. Anyway, gonna get this primary off over here, take out transmission and everything. And then we'll move on to this. And all them guts are gonna come out. And go in there. Think we should replace our logo with a really halfway put together Sportster?
Well, I tell you what you should do. You're pretty artistic.
Right.
Just draw a chopper in.
In the background?
Like that.
Yeah.
All right, we got to get that sprocket off on the other side.
Yep. We don't know what in the world happened here, but
I got it.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah, I tightened it all up, and I was like, "Well, that was stupid because we got to take it out, the transmission out."
this bolt was loose, but you couldn't back this out, so we don't know what. Somebody halfway installed it or what, but it's got to come off to pull the whole entire transmission out that way. Well, you want to tell them what we found out? Sort of, kind of.
Well, we didn't really find out anything. The guy, there was no misrepresentation whatsoever. But he had said the way that the boy that he got this motorcycle from, this motor and transmission, the way he described what it was doing, it had a bent shift fork. Well, we just took the transmission out, and I don't see anything at all wrong with it. The forks look good. The shift shaft looks good.
Nothing scarred up. And like we said, that sprocket on the other side,
the drive sprocket was real loose, flopping around. And I actually called the guy, and he knows about motorcycles, and he said that he did not think that could be what the problem was, but he couldn't swear to it. So after looking at that, I think it's probably that.
So we're still going to put the other transmission in it because we know that one over there for sure is good. But we'll keep that one as a backup, and if we find a motor that needs transmission, we'll give that one a shot. But
yeah, the chain and of course we didn't take the clutches apart, but everything in there looks good. But we know Ethan had just put a new chain and clutch and plates in that one, so we're gonna put all that in here.
Yeah,
and hopefully it'll. I hope that's all it'll do. I hope.
Yeah, I know.
And nothing else that looks like there's any issues.
No, we just wiped it out. There was no
no
trash in the bottom. There was really nothing. So
we will. I think I'm going to go ahead and stick everything back in there so I don't forget.
Yeah. Forget how it all goes together. I fought the primary and everything, trying to get the clutch cable out, and then I look up and he's got the whole thing apart. Took me the entire time getting that clutch cable out. You had the whole transmission apart. So
I'm an anomaly.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. I think. I wonder if I ought to put this on here like that. Probably easier to do that and try to.
Right, yeah, because it's got to go in them grooves, it's like.
Yeah. So.
Come on now. Maybe tap on it to drive it in there.
Yeah, it's lined up with these pins here.
I think the hammer's on the other side.
Sounds like we hit bottom.
Same amount of shaft that was sticking out over here.
All right, let me.
We're down here setting the timing right now, so.
Hey, go real easy. Other way. Whoa, go back. Whoa. Right there. Yeah. Lock it down. Go the other way just a hair. Go back. Go back the other way. Right there. All right, lock it. Back it up a little bit. Look.
Yes, very cold. If you ride your bike in the winter, that's all I gotta say. Oh. All right. Oh. Yeah.
noticeable difference.
I was gonna say, man.
We do need to adjust the flutter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big difference. He's coming too.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I was. Phew. Ready to go for a little ride?
Yeah. As long as I can ride right straight up through the house to the wood stove.
Yeah, man, it is cold.
It is
Shop's a
cold.
mess again.
Shop is in terrible shape.
Is what it is.
Terrible shape. But we have been working.
Yeah, have been working.
Have been working.
I think the last time y'all saw, I had a full beard, shaved it off, and y'all saw me rip the bike up the road. It is perfect. I can't. I'm ecstatic with it. We do have an imitation S&S Super E on here. I think I just got to mess with the float levels, get it right, because it they send jets with it, and I don't think there's any smaller jet in that package.
Yeah, I don't know what jet's in it. I don't know if it's got the big jet or small jet or whatever, but we got to.
We'll tune on the carb a little bit.
Yeah,
and-
but it runs pretty good.
Yeah.
It is. It's not too far off.
No,
Too
it's
far
not
off at
terrible
all.
for right out the box.
Yeah.
But we also have been working. Picked up another 883. Look at that. And there's plans with this frame and that. But before we dive off into that, we've been mounting oil tank today. Got it rubber mounted. And we mounted a fender. Ethan donated this 19 spoke wheel to the cause.
19-inch spoke wheel.
19-inch spoke wheel.
19 spoke wheel.
19 spoke wheel. Well, it's all the same.
More than 19 spoke.
Yeah, yeah, I think there's a few more in there. But got a good tire on it. He was going to run this on his project, but he went up, found in a 21, and he dug this out of the crawl space for us. And yeah, just been trucking along. It's coming together. I was telling you a little while ago, it's going to be hard to see this one go because it's looking cooler and cooler every time we bolt stuff on it or do something.
It's going. We got to get a little bit of money back at least.
Yeah, I know.
It's going. So, but we got a lot to do. Lot to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna get back on the 57 pan. We've tinkered a little bit, not much. We're gonna finish it up so we can get it out of here and start getting it ready for our buddy Tim. I guess did they see was Ethan's fiasco on this one?
No, not yet. Not
Okay.
yet.
be on the next
We'll dive into that bike too. We've been helping him wrench out, but there was some stuff happening with that.
Yeah, yeah, we had a little deal. It's probably I take more blame on that one than anybody else, but no big deal.
No.
But yeah, we're gonna finish up on these bikes. We're gonna keep doing what we're doing. I mean,
Yeah.
we got a lot to do. It seems like every time I turn around, we keep taking on more and more.
But
We got kits. We're bombarded with kits right now.
yeah, I got there's stuff. I got one welded up the other day. In fact, we're gonna hand deliver that one.
We're gonna deliver it to the guy Wednesday. Yep, and then we've got five more to finish up. Well, 5 more to do. And then the honcho, of course. We've got a coming swap in a Suburban that's going to be coming up. We've got a 4.3 swap in a flat fender Willys that's coming up. We got all these bikes that we want to do personally.
Yeah.
And we're just going to try to get it all done.
Yeah.
And hope y'all come along. I hope we can keep it interesting for you.
Absolutely. And speaking of interesting, I hope some of y'all found this video interesting. I know this thing is long. It's one of the longer ones we've had in a while. Me and Dad were talking about YouTube stuff. Y'all probably saw it in the beginning. You know, we're just gonna kind of be showing a whole lot more, taking our time with stuff, and you know, we want to. I don't know. I guess we want everybody to feel like they're down here hanging out with us, and because this is what it's like. I mean, we're down here on a Sunday. We didn't have to come down here. We didn't have to come down here and wrench on nothing. But I mean, this is just our day to day, and this is probably what you're going to see a lot of on the channel. And if you like that, let us know. If you don't, I mean, let us know too. You know, we're trying to figure out what y'all like, what y'all want to see, but also kind of figure out that what we like to put out, what we like to film and do.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, we really don't know. YouTube's new to us. Well, I guess we're going on about 3 years, and we you know, it's new. We want to find out what people like, and we don't want to be doing the same thing everybody else is doing. It's kind of hard to do when you do this kind of stuff because everybody, you know, shop work is shop work.
yeah,
So, but anyway, we're learning, figuring out what everybody likes. We're gonna keep doing it regardless whether you like it or not. We're just gonna try to make it entertaining for you.
that's it.
But anyway, that if we can ramble on about it all day long, just thank y'all again. Thank our sponsors, OK Recycling, for what they do. Renegade Tees for all our merch. Renegade Graphics. Again, our buddy Brian Beatty Tire. Let's give him another shout.
Yeah.
And y'all I hope we can just keep making it entertaining. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing. We'll keep doing what we do.